Well, Troy Dayton, and it's archviewgroup.com. And you, I mean, you've been following the legalizing of marijuana for years and years, and now that it's legal, you're really behind making this thing one of the biggest industries in the United States, it seems. And it's going to be that for investors, for entrepreneurs, for everybody, and actually for governments too, as a revenue source. So you have really ignited this thing, ever since, I guess, Colorado and Washington State took off, right?
That's right. Yeah, when Colorado and Washington State passed legalization by fairly large margins, the rest of the world really woke up to what's
Yeah.
possible, not just politically, but economically as it relates to the cannabis industry. And we started in 2010. So
Wow.
we already had all of this stuff going, and then things really started to take off. And so we have an investor network where we have companies that come and pitch, kind of like the show Shark Tank. They pitch
Uh-huh.
a big group of accredited investors. And in the last year or so, we've had $12 million invested in about 18 companies.
$12 million. So
Yeah.
this is like, so if I'm an entrepreneur, I could log on to your website, artviewgroup.com, if I spell
Yep.
it right. And if it's a business related to the industry, then I get a chance to present in front of these fat cats, right? Who are looking for
Exactly.
opportunities, because your business is like going to double this year or something, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. If you've got skills that you're utilizing currently in another sector and
Yeah.
you'd like to bring them to this sector, is an immense amount of opportunity, not just in businesses that sell marijuana,
Right.
but businesses that are related. I mean, so whether it's security or
I
advertising
see.
or
Right.
insurance or
Ah.
this industry is touching so many different industries. So it's a huge opportunity for entrepreneurs to get a hand in. And I'll tell you, there's more money at the table than there are investable entrepreneurs.
Really? So there's more money looking for businesses than there are businesses promoting. Huh?
Exactly. And I wouldn't have said that 6 months ago. 6 months ago was the
No
opposite
kidding.
problem.
Wow. Well,
But
that's a
yeah,
wonderful problem to
it's a
have, isn't
wonderful
it?
problem to have if you're an entrepreneur. It's a great problem.
Right. But also, I see it as a jobs place. I mean, so if you have, maybe I don't want to start a business, but it's also then a great place to start looking for business. I mean, I could go to your website and see who's getting money and see if they're looking for help, right?
Exactly, exactly. I think talent is going to be one of the
Yeah.
biggest challenges that we face now that the money is starting to flow into these companies.
Right.
Now they need to hire great people that understand this industry, but also can show up to work
Appreciate
and
it.
do all that sort of stuff. So you've got this convergence of things happening, and it's very, very exciting. It's really one of the most exciting economic, cultural, and political stories of our time, and we all get to be here for it.
On the ground floor. I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing else really growing like. Oh, that's a bad pun, isn't it? But that is really taking off in this country anymore. Besides crowdfunding, but that you're hooked up with that too.
Yeah.
But as far as a product or something, I mean, cell phones are starting to peak, and what else is new that's going to do this? And it
Yeah.
has to go anywhere but up.
Yeah, you will not find another industry
Yeah.
growing at this rate. I mean, we one of our projects is ArcView Market Research, where we do
Yeah.
real deep dive data analysis and original research on the market. And what we found was that in 2013, this market was $1.5 billion. That's the legal medical
Right.
cannabis market. In 2014, if you include Colorado and Washington in there, it grew to $2.6 billion.
Wow.
That's a 68% increase in 1 year. You cannot find another industry
No,
growing at that clip.
there's nowhere. Everything else is shrinking,
Yeah.
it seems to me. So this is one of the, and because, I mean, what's neat about something new, there's no rules yet. So if you get in now, man, it's like getting on the wave, and you just ride that sucker, and once it hits the beach, it's sort of
Exactly.
boring.
Well, and it's not just the opportunity. I know that you
Yeah,
focus on economic opportunity, but
right.
I think a lot of people want to be involved in something that also means something to them,
Yeah,
where they feel like they're doing something good for the world. And this is such a great industry because
right.
we're 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 changing lives. We're making people free and helping with medical issues. And so it's a great opportunity to be part of the economic benefit, the economic dividend that comes from freedom.
But you're right. I mean, you were telling me before we started that the name of your group, Arc View Group, is really from a Martin Luther King speech about the arc of history.
The arc of history is long, but
you guys are here more than just for the pot of gold,
Right, or the pot of pot.
Right, exactly. Exactly. By the way, what's that growing behind you there?
It's not cannabis.
But so now I could go on and because you have like almost every week or so, you allow 12 entrepreneurs to present their ideas to investors on a webinar, and then every couple months, then like the finalists come to a big meeting that you're having in Chicago, right? When is that meeting in Chicago?
Yeah, so our next big members-only meeting is September 18th in Chicago at the Intercontinental Hotel, and then the next one after that's going to be November 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh wow!
And it's really nice. We do it up. It's very it's like a cross between like a TED conference and Shark Tank. And really brings together the highest concentration of key players in this industry together, and amazing amounts of business. I think from the last meeting, 7 of the 12 companies that pitched have gotten funding so far that we know about. Yeah, I mean, you just don't see that.
I mean, that's over 50% winning there. That's incredible. And so, and it all looks. I mean, it seems like this is now not. It's just not the hippies running this thing anymore. These are business people that want, because they know it's serious business.
Yeah, there are also a lot of hippies that are business people.
Exactly. They're finding their inner MBA. Right?
That's right. Well, but if you think about it, if you look at all the best business movements of the last couple decades, they came from the hippies. The hippies keep being right. I mean, look at renewable energy. Right? Used to just be hippies that were into that. Now it's a great business. Same thing with organic foods. Used to just be hippies that cared about organic foods. Now it's everywhere. It's in Safeway. Everyone's got access to organic foods now. And so, if you want to get something done in this world, figure out how to make it profitable, and you can get it there.
Exactly, and that's what they figured out. So follow the hippies; they know what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake that these things have risen up out of the counterculture. Right. All the best ideas come from people who are thinking differently than the mainstream, and then eventually, the best ideas of all of those ideas bubble up, become mainstream, get access to everybody, and then that leaves the counterculture to think up new things. It's so great that finally cannabis is out of the counterculture, so we can think of new things.
Right. You're going to get bored soon and have to think of something else. But right now, it's the hottest thing, I think, in America. And to find out, I mean, you got market research about it, you got sources of funding, you got sources of education for the whole industry, and everything seems like the focus point on where this industry is going and what it's going to do and how it can contribute. We all need new jobs in this country, and this is going to be one of them. And so you go to arcviewgroup.com, right?
arcviewgroup.com, exactly.
Right.
And one thing I'd love to just mention that I haven't yet, particularly for a lot of your viewers, is there's a big boom happening right now with penny stocks in the industry. And unfortunately, because of the way the rules are set up, if you're not a multimillionaire, the only real way to invest in this sector is either start your own company or invest in these penny stocks. And I just want to send a warning out to say that most of these penny stocks are complete BS. These people are often press release writers, not business runners. And for the companies that are good, they're often really overvalued. So just because it's a good company doesn't mean it's a good stock to invest in.
So the best thing now
careful
is to start your own, right?
Yep.
Or to wait until the Jobs Act come, where it's going to be more vented to invest in new startups.
Right. Well, when the Jobs Act comes and you can invest in any company, that'll be really powerful for everybody. Right. And I don't mean to totally bash the public stocks, because there are some really great ones and whatnot. What I mean is just that really do your homework. Really do your homework, because a lot of smoke and mirrors, no pun intended.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy to get sucked in, man. That's what this whole country's about, getting sucked into something.
Yeah. But I believe it's the next great American industry. And so the enthusiasm optimism is very warranted.
Well, good. Well, thank you, Troy. Thanks for being there. And to find out all about what you're doing, arcviewgroup.com.
Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you. Take
care.
Oh, you're a friend of my son's too. So
Yes,
just
yeah.
Disclosure.
Yeah,
So
disclosure.
open.
Morgan's a close friend of mine.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.